The reading started with the lyrics, I'm a mess when I overthink all the little things in my head. And Spirit acknowledging that we live in a reality that creates this low level, non localized anxiety. We had talked in other calls that that is actually what the powers that were feed off of. It's nourishment to them to have all of humanity not remember who they are and kind of stay in this fear based, non-localized, anxious state at all times. It keeps us in a mentalized reality. It keeps us thinking, doubting, staying in the frequencies of shame and guilt, possibly pride, if we're making it all the way up the scale. But we're being encouraged to understand that our world is a reflection of our thoughts, our feelings, and beliefs, and that we are the only ones actually responsible and accountable for those. That we are an energetic signature and that our frequency is a collection of light codes which radiate out into the world with a distinct, clear message, or Spirit says, an incoherent one. So we are always giving off information from within. And the more that we are in tune within ourselves, the more we are actually tuning in every little space and surrounding that we go. We become this frequency that radiates light in a very distinct and clear way. And it literally makes everything else null and void. And so people always ask me, well, what will happen to these lower vibrational energies as we continue to expand our consciousness? And it's simply that they just fall away. They are null and void. The incoherence is just wiped away in how distinct and clear of a bell the soul is when it can come through a clear physical vessel. We are being encouraged to embody the love that we would like to see in the world. That can be very frustrating. And once again, it can kind of sink us into that feeling of being a victim when we are not seeing that love out in the world. And so we are encouraged to be that love that we would like to see in that light, recognizing light that we talked about, that we are encouraging others to do the same. Spirit acknowledges here that it can be difficult to overcome denial when there is a reward for staying put or for staying where we are. And that right now the collective is trapped in a false mask of victimhood. That the benefit of this denial and the victim's mask is that one never has to take a risk. And that this is the diminishment of the human light and spirit. That we are doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. This is a tedious, precarious existence that relies on outside authority for inner direction, and it is backwards. We have a responsibility to ourselves and to those around us to be authentic. The divine spark lives within us and is always available should we choose to live as it. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the acceptance of the discomfort. When we see with clear eyes, wondrous adventures begin. This requires a leap of faith. We are stepping into a magical life. The lyrics, you pull me close, guiding me home. So once again, we are really encouraged to take authority of our thoughts, our feelings, and beliefs, to notice any place that we are falling into victimhood, and to recognize that humanity as a collective is trying to move through a space of collective denial when there is a reward for staying where they are, where we are. So we talked in the past calls about how that metaverse reality is going to be very flashy, very shiny, very seductive, and very hollow. But it may take a while for people to feel that hollowness. And this mask of victimhood may be still beneficial because we only choose to be a victim for as long as it serves us. And Spirit is just acknowledging that this is a diminishment of the human light and the spirit, but we can be the ones that we are looking for. We can be that embodiment of love and light in the world. And when we're doing that, people notice it. I have walked past people that have turned and looked at me and said, oh my God, you're real. There's a sense of frequency that we are giving off that is not even something that you can see. It is something that you can feel. And when you listen to great leaders throughout time, they have this ability to bring you alive from within. And that is what we are being asked to do here, that where one individual is holding this light and is holding this radiance of love, there all individuals can be moved into this vibration and frequency. So those are the themes